Breakfast with Cobb Colvin.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, 32 minutes past 8 here on Trickstar Radio. We've got a man like Solemn in the building. How are you doing, sir? You all good?
I'm all good, thank you.
Man. Thanks for making a trip down. Obviously you were down anyway. Thank you for getting up early on your on your time away on anniversary duties to come through and have a chat. It's always good to have a chat with people, man. What I want to talk about next is something we're both fans and haters of. It's something we both enjoy and despise.
Yep.
We're going to talk about FIFA, which if you're not a FIFA player, feel free to switch off now and come back in 5 minutes because we need to have this conversation essentially. Yeah. So the question I kind of want to ask: do you think you're a good FIFA player?
To an extent.
Because I ask this question to everyone, and most people will say yes. And I always look at it and go, I believe you, but are you?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, do you play, like, for instance, if you play Weekend League, I feel everyone is always better than me, but I think I'm quite good.
I only played Weekend League once this year, and I'm never touching it again. Yeah, it was horrendous.
It's and the thing that gets me angry is if you talk about FIFA to someone who doesn't like FIFA and you say, look, it's literally rigged. Like, there's nothing you can do. You will lose if this happens. And they go, yeah, sure. They don't understand. They don't understand. No. Like, what's the sort of most rage-inducing experience you've had on it?
Well, this is when I used to play on Xbox One before I transitioned to PS4. I think I've broken at least 3 or 4 Xbox controllers from FIFA alone, and that was back when we never used to have like Weekend League or like SBCs and stuff like that, like all the newer content. We never used to have that back then. We just had like basically Race to Division 1 on Ultimate Team, and that was it.
And do you think Weekend League's improved the game or made it worse?
I think it's made it a lot more toxic, but I think there's a lot more things that they've added into the game that make it more toxic, like having the tifos. People will just sit there after they've scored a goal, make you watch the replays of them scoring the goal, and you're just spamming the X button to skip the replay, and they're just sat there laughing at you behind their screen. And it's
do you think people play it to wind other people up? Because I can't ever have that in my head that that's something I would do. However, I feel it happens way too often from it to be an accident.
No, I don't think necessarily to wind people up, but because all there is to do basically is like win, and basically that's what you're trying to get is like wins to get like rewards, which are rubbish every week anyway.
Yeah. And the rewards make you more likely to get wins.
So people have figured out, like, I think there was an article about it in a newspaper once where people would literally like sit and watch all their replays and all that stuff. They wouldn't skip the cutscenes and stuff just to make you so stressed out to the point where you do rage quit the game, and so they just get the win anyway. Yeah. So
I've definitely seen it happen. I've definitely had people try it against me.
Yeah.
One thing I mean, how are you on playing defensive possession football on FIFA? How do you deal with it?
I'm actually pretty good with defending.
I mean when someone else is playing defensive, passing it around the back against you.
Oh, okay. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like I expect.
Grow up.
When it's like 1-0 at like 20 minutes. And like 1-0 to them at 10 minutes, and they still start passing it around the back to the goalkeeper, but you're just like, really?
You're not enjoying this.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried doing that. It's not enjoyable. It's stressful to do. Whereas attacking, at least you can get some enjoyment out of the process. But yeah, I just think, just as a sort of general message to non-FIFA players, when a FIFA player tells you the system is rigged, the system doesn't work. Do you believe in scripting?
I want to an extent to believe it. There was, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it was like a patent or something like that, where basically EA said that there was nothing like that in their game, but it was in other EA games, which then led people to believe that it was in FIFA.
Yeah.
Because it does really feel like it is. Because you can play a match and it can be like the gameplay can be smooth and everything like that and run like fine.
But your players seem slower, or they seem a little bit.
Yeah, and then the next game, it'll feel completely different. Like, your players are running in mud, you can't pass the ball, your goalkeeper can't save anything, and it's just like, how is it like really inconsistent gameplay?
I feel that's the thing with anything in gaming. Inconsistency in kind of like stat representation.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? But you'll have like a 90 rated player struggle to with like 90 shooting or whatever, struggle to hit the target from like 4 shots in a row, and then the next game he'll score 2, and then the next game he won't be able to get a shot on target. And it's like that isn't what the stats are supposed to mean. The stats are supposed to represent some level of consistency, and I just feel a lot of the time they don't. They just kind of just go, we'll be at random, who knows what will happen, we'll see. Yeah, there we go, FIFA rant over. I wanted to get that out of the way just because obviously we're both FIFA players. It's how realistic, it's how we've been in contact recently. It's pretty much been through that that group, and we're gonna talk about actual football in a second, because I do kind of want to have a bit of a meltdown. But let's talk about music first. This one, Overthoughts, talk me through it.
This was a track that I was working on with an artist called Narcs, who is from up north. I want to say Northampton. Could be wrong, but he's recently released an EP called The Further EP, which I've produced 2 tunes on. So if anyone's listening, go listen to that now. And yeah,
good stuff. We're going to jump into this one now. Then this one is Overthoughts. 38 minutes past 8 here on Trickstar Radio. Keep it locked, man. Like Solemn is in the building.
Waking up Brighton.
Breakfast with KXVU.